name is Shantiera Wilson, and you are now listening to Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. I'm your host.
And I'm Daria Gator. I am the co-host of the show.
Yes, and we are super excited to be back. This is our first show of the year. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Yes. Give it up. We are super excited to be back, and we have an amazing show for you today, so make sure you stay tuned. But first, I just want to give the listeners a chance to learn a little bit more about yourself and me. So basically, a summary of who I am. My name is Shantiera Wilson. Like I said, I'm 18 years old. I am the author of True Survivor, along with recently I've been crowned the Miss Black Teen Illinois U.S. Ambassador for 2017. My platform is Black and Bold, which promotes self-confidence and self-awareness within the African American community. So I'm super excited about being the new title holder for Miss Illinois. I also am an actress, and I've been in a few plays already. I have a play that's coming up currently on the 25th that you'll learn more about today. I also have been casted in Cinderfella, which will be later on in the spring. I also have a youth foundation called Epic Destiny Youth Foundation, and that's basically it with me. So if you want to tell them a little bit about what you do.
Oh, you're amazing. There's a lot of stuff going
Thank
on.
you.
Like I said, I'm Daria Jordan Gator. I am 14 years old. I am a model and the brand ambassador for the designer, hip hop artist. She's a rapper. She's a songwriter. She does all that. Her name is T-Star. And yeah, that's what I do on my spare time.
Yes, so there you have it, your co-host and your host of Teens with Voices. Now, before we get into anything else, I always like to start off with celebrity news because I'm huge with celebrity drama and just all things celebrity. Okay, I don't even like to really put her in a category as a celebrity, but unfortunately, she is. And it's Miss Danielle with her Catch Me Outside. Oh my God, she has taken the internet by storm. Oh my gosh. I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, I think at first, when I first saw it, I didn't see the whole clip. So I didn't see the part where she was disrespectful to her mom and she got all up in her mom's face. I didn't see that part. I just saw the Catch Me Outside. How about that? And I thought it was kind of funny. So I was like, okay, whatever. But then I watched the whole clip and I'm like, did she on national TV? Oh my goodness. I don't even care. I don't think my mom would care if we're on national TV. She wouldn't care if we're on the radio. That would never happen. And that's crazy. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was speechless, honestly.
I honestly think the mom has a lot to do with it too because she's kind of influencing her ways. Yeah. Because I saw that the mom wasn't acting any better than the daughter was. She wasn't leading by example. She was just she was being as rude as disrespectful as her daughter was. So
most definitely.
It comes from home too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the first thing. And I think the fact that she allowed her daughter to even get on national TV and embarrass herself, and embarrass her mom, like, that just goes to show that, I mean, she kind of reminds me of Kris Jenner a little bit with the whole trying to exploit your children. And I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like there's other ways to get famous. I feel like she took that opportunity to get on TV and she ran with it, but she did it the wrong way.
And supposedly she had went to, I forgot, a boot camp or something, and she tried to change her ways. She was there for 4 months. I don't think that worked at all because she said she wanted to change and she didn't want to be that girl anymore, but then it's just like she fell back to her old habits again. So definitely I think that that boot camp did not work.
It didn't. And she came back to the show. She came back to Dr. Phil to basically do it all over again, and she was so shocked when she came back recently. There was no audience members. And so she was definitely salty when she saw that there was no one there to entertain her behavior. I think we as people, we make the wrong people famous. And I feel like we don't have enough people who are role models, who are positive role models for young girls and just for people in general. And I feel like you're basically lifting her up and you're lifting her behavior up. It's like you're celebrating her for doing the wrong thing. Like, that's not how you're supposed to act. That's not how you're supposed to conduct yourself as a young lady at all. She's 13 years old. Who does that? Like, I mean, I know, I get it. I get it.
She doesn't go to school.
She doesn't. And I know how teenagers are. I mean, you're a teenager, you're going to talk a certain way, you're going to hang out with your friends, you're going to do this, whatever. But I mean, there was an incident with her. She was on a plane, and I think she attacked a lady. I'm just like.
Then the mom was supporting that. She was yelling at the lady, too.
I don't know. I just think, like you said, it definitely starts from home. And hopefully one day this will just be an internet fad, and hopefully she just kind of slips under the water, and then there'll be a new person that comes in to take her place, sadly. And then moving on to music, Beyonce. Let's talk all things Beyonce. Okay. I feel like every time Beyonce drops something, it's always something amazing. She drops the album and the internet goes crazy. And now she dropped a picture that she's having twins. Oh my God. It was an adorable photo shoot. Adorable. One thing I don't like, though, is all the people who are adults who are basically harassing and bullying Blue Ivy. I don't know if you saw it on social media, but a lot of people have things to say. She's ugly. She looks too much like Jay-Z. Like, what? How could you bully a baby? I don't understand that.
A beautiful baby.
Yes, she's really gorgeous. Really she's gorgeous. I mean, I think she looks like both of them, to be honest. Yeah. It's like 50% B and 50% Jay-Z. So I think she's beautiful. Anyways, now we have the Super Bowl. I don't know if you watched it.
Well, a little bit.
No, me either. I'm not into sports, but I did watch the halftime show, and Lady Gaga, and I guess basically going back on the bullying and the body shaming and stuff like that, people are now basically almost bullying her, I guess, in a way. They're saying that she's fat because I guess there was a segment where like it was kind of close up on her stomach, and she has a little bit of stomach fat, but people have to realize that celebrities are people too. They have imperfections.
Really skinny and Barbie dolls.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't know. I've always liked Lady Gaga. She stays true to herself throughout everything. And to me, she's never been one to be glamorous and pretty. She's always just been her natural self. So shouts out to Lady Gaga. And moving on to the Grammys, back to music, moving on to the Grammys. The Grammys start tonight. Do you watch the Grammys?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm super excited because my favorite rapper, Chance the Rapper, oh my God, I love him so much. Oh my gosh. I really hope I meet him one day. Like, I think I would literally pass out.
I love his music.
I love him. He's just everything. Oh my God.
So real.
And I feel bad because you always have those fans. He was out way before the whole entire world and the media knew him. And I really just recently started listening to Chance. And so I feel like one of those fans who kind of just takes on the bandwagon. Like, I wasn't really there for his original music, but now that I've listened to actually like his old music, I'm like, wow, he really has something.
I've never heard his old music.
It's really good. You really should listen to it. Him and his brother, actually. His brother name is Taylor, and I love Taylor. Taylor's amazing too. So he's actually nominated for 7 Grammys, and that's amazing because if you know, he is not signed to a record label.
He's independent.
Yes. So for him to be nominated for 7 Grammys unsigned to a record label, that's amazing.
That goes to show that you don't have to depend on anyone else.
Exactly.
You can do you by yourself
and
be just as successful as anyone else with the record label.
Most definitely. I guess it's just making your own opportunities. I feel like through everything that I've done, I've learned that sometimes it's better to make your own opportunities. Like, okay, yeah, sure, you can have an agency if you're trying to act, and you can have managers and stuff like that, but it's kind of, sometimes it's best to go out and make your own opportunities, connect and network with your own people. So that's what I've learned through everything. And you are watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. When we come back, we will bring out our first guest, so stay tuned. Hello, we are back with Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio, and as you can see, we have our first our first two guests here today. We have, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, good afternoon, actually. My name is Maurice Prophet. I am the writer and director of Black Girl Magic She Means War. Happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
And I'm D'Angelo Smith. You know, I'm in his play She Means War. I play Robert DiBiase.
All right, and there you have it. So my first questions are going to be directed to Maurice.
Okay.
He is the writer of Black Girls Magic and She Means War. So basically, I just want to know, I'm a writer myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the books, and I just want to know what inspired you to write.
So I've been writing for as long as I can remember. I started writing actually when I was in grammar school. I was writing comic books. That was my introduction into writing developing stories and storytelling. Creating sequence of events, creating original characters, and from there, it kind of developed graduated into poetry. Then I started writing, music as well too. I started learning how to write actual, sheet music, and then from there, I was like, everything that you write as far as music is concerned, and even going back to when you were writing comic books, they all have, a very very strong storytelling, in terms of content and in terms of painting a picture. So why not transfer that into an actual base of where you can actually create a platform from it. So from there, then I started actually writing scripts, mm-hmm. and even some type of manuscripts and everything as well too. And then from there, it's kind of it took off. So it started off as a seed, and it's still growing. It's still growing and developing.
Most definitely. Now, how hard is it, or is there any difference between writing, let's say, per se, comic and stories mm-hmm. like that, and then writing a script?
It's real. There are a lot of parallels where there are many connections. So the bridge from one to the other isn't as difficult, okay. Because there are so many parallels. The transition is not that bad. There are differences though, where you have to approach certain ideas to one type of platform versus the other, like you're saying, in terms of comedy versus a dramatic piece.
Yeah.
Of course, both genres will have its three its three plot points in terms of story arc, but it's all about just the content, which is different. And so you have to kind of approach it with the same type of mechanics, because the mechanics work for each area, but then you fill in the blanks with your content and your storytelling, and kind of comes together. So I mean, there are differences, but they're very small. But as long as you know the basis of everything, then you'll be good.
Okay, because I know I was thinking about writing a script or something like that, and I was kind of nervous because I felt like it would be a big jump from writing stories and then writing a script. So I was like, I don't know.
if you ever decide to go into writing a screenplay, so to speak, screenplays are very different from writing an actual play script, because screenplays, they deal with there's a lot of detail that's on that piece of paper, where you're talking about interiors and exteriors. When certain types of positioning as far as lights and characters, and also descriptions of location as well too. That's all included. Whereas with a script for a play, all you really need is just kind of just the bullet point notes, in between each set of dialogue. Mm-hmm. But screenplay is a lot different though, versus actual writing a play. And then when you talk about storytelling, because you've written books before yourself, from there it's all about, because I know from when you wrote books, a lot of it has to do with description, mm-hmm. To describe the actual picture of what's happening. But when you go into actual writing a play, that's more about the dialogue itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So Yeah, a little bit of a difference, but you can hop into it though. It would be easy for y'all.
Now, do you have any plans of one day writing a screenplay?
Yeah. We actually are writing as we speak right now, we're writing a web series.
Wow.
And a few years ago, I took some classes, when it comes to, screenwriting. And because of how structured it is, it's so frustrating. I'm like, never mind. I'm good. I'll go back to writing plays. That's easy. But, the thing is, though, what I told myself was you don't ever want to be just content with it's easy.
Yeah.
You always want to continue to challenge yourself. So I jumped back into that. I got a book called the Screenwriter's Bible. And, I download the software that's for it as well, too. And, I've been kind of hammering at it. So we're developing a web series right now. We're using the actual screenwriting technique and format, so its way is correct. And, hopefully we'll be able to, launch it later on this year, or even get to a bigger platform, let's say on cable or so. So, we're really pushing to it. We want to make sure it's done the right way. So this way it does get as many eyes as possible. But yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. Okay, I'll definitely be looking out for that. That's really cool. Okay, now let's jump into your play, Black Girl Magic, She Means War. Okay, so can you tell us basically, I guess, a small summary of the play?
Yeah, absolutely. So the show is going to focus on these four young ladies who come up together in the South Side of Chicago as best friends, and the show is really showing, just the type of different issues that they deal with individually and also together. And these are very relatable issues as well, to where people who'll be watching will be able to say, oh yeah, and I know that's I've been there before, I've done that before and everything. The show takes place in 3 different eras: in 1989, 1999, and current day. Black Girl Magic will encompass both 1989 and 1999. So Shantaria, like yourself, you, and then Jayana, your sister, and everyone else that's in Black Girl Magic, they'll be part of those two eras. Whereas She Means War, that then is going to take place after intermission of the show. And after intermission, it is She Means War, and it's the 4 young ladies now 4 women, and what their issues with. But you see a bridge between what they were dealing with in the past to what they are dealing with now as adults, and really what their response is to those type of issues that were thrown in their direction. So that the issues came at them, and now it's like, okay, now we have these problems, we have these these type of setbacks that are happening to us. What's our response to it? This way it can never happen again. So the show itself overall, it's very family friendly. It's very entertaining as well too. It really does tackle a lot of current topics that we're dealing with right now, but it really does show it from a different perspective though.
Okay, now how can I frame this question? What made you decide to do it in the 1989, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, so first of all, I've been writing and directing with our theater group, Powerhouse Productions, based in Schaumburg, Illinois, for the past 6-7 years now. And one thing I've always wanted us to do, a show that really does celebrate Black women, and celebrate the importance of the Black woman as well too. And this, I felt like, because 2016 was such a dominant year of how Black women really have elevated, not only the entertainment platform, but also athletics and also science and also education, that this was a time to actually do this sort of show. And so that's why I was like, no, this is the perfect time to actually make this happen. Now, in terms of the timeline, that was just something that I kind of came up with, where I didn't want to just focus on just always on one time piece. Normally my shows are all kind of current situations, we're living in current day. And I really want to touch more about the more timely pieces, where you are going into a different era. So we're going to rewind the clock back to 1999, and then even go back further to 1989. And the reason being is because I want to show how these types of issues, when it comes to systematic oppression, really have been there for so long. And you can see the seeds being planted 20, 30 years ago, and showing how they have developed to where they are today. So we're going back to the 80s to kind of show those seeds being planted to where they are right now, and the sadly becoming a very developed tree of despair in some ways. But because the show is the way it is, though, we're definitely going to create a solution to that despair.
Yes.
All right.
I'm super excited for the show. I mean, just the way I'm excited to see how everything just goes together with the two shows. I'm super excited for that. And then I am in Black Girl Magic. And I mean, I don't know. I just think it's really creative, just the way everything just runs together. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. February 25th. Make sure you see it. And speaking of February 25th, can you tell them the location?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So it's Saturday, February the 25th. It will be taking place at the Schaumburg Prairie Center for the Arts in Schaumburg, Illinois. You can go and get tickets. Tickets are on sale right now at prairiecenter.org. That's prairiecenter.org. And just click on the day, February 25th. We're the only show that's playing that day. You'll be able to buy your tickets there. It's an amazing time. We have an incredible cast of talent beyond the eyes can see, that range from beginners to veterans to people who are, this is their first time picking up a script, to people who have been on television and even film as well too. Come out for the show. There's going to be red carpet event. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be a silent auction as well too. It's going to be a really amazing time. And we have actors such as D'Angelo Smith right here. He's been on shows like Empire before. He studies at Columbia College. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have a great range of young, talented people who are going to be here. I implore you all who are watching and listening at home to come out and really support this show. In addition to, because I know you're going to have them in a second, we have an entire family that's going to be in the show as well too, the Crawford family. Yes. And one thing that's really important to me, and I just want to say this really quick, is that because our shows are very family friendly, doesn't mean that they're corny. So they're really, the content is superb, and it's great for everyone. But also, what I'm really excited about with the Crawford family being a part of this show is that they exemplify everything what our platform really does represent. In terms of, it's not only just a niche group of people who can be a part of this. This is for everyone. We want to reach out our arms and our hands to every person to be able to be a part of this, and we want families to be involved, because there's nothing better than when you are a part of a community structure and actually are a part of seeing it grow. Yes. And you want to be able to actually look back and say, like, we were a part of that. We really had our hands into that, and seeing it and having an entire family into the show. I couldn't be more excited about that, for real.
Definitely.
But come out February 25th, Schaumburg Prairie Center for the Arts. Black Girl Magic, She Means War. You're going to have an incredible time. I guarantee you. I promise you that.
Now, real quick, I just want to, for anyone who are maybe actors or actresses, how can they connect with you so that maybe they can audition for future events?
Absolutely. No, I'm glad you asked that. I am all over the internet. Just look up Maurice Prophet on Facebook, on Twitter, on IG, and contact me directly. I practically live on social media. I pay them rent every day because I'm living on it so much. But seriously, contact me through Facebook, even direct. Don't be afraid to friend request me. Don't be afraid to inbox me or anything like that. If you have any questions, if you have any interests, I'm always looking for actors of all ranges, all ages, all avenues. I have projects, coming up. Like I said, with the web series, I have more plays coming up this year as well too, and hopefully next year we can get that indie film, taken off as well. So I'm always looking for talent, and the talent that I work with, they love to come back. So you're working with some really great people. So hit me up, and I'll be able to answer any questions you guys have.
Yeah, this director is one of a kind. You'll love working with him. He'll keep you laughing, give you great ideas. It's just a lot of fun working with this man.
Appreciate that.
All right, so make sure you connect with Maurice. More to the story. All right, now let's move on to our second guest. Can you introduce yourself again?
Hi, I'm D'Angelo Smith. I'm also in play She Means War. My character is Robert DiBiase.
All right, now I heard him mention that you were on Empire. Let's talk about that.
Well, that was such an experience, I always watch. I watched a few episodes. I'm not a diehard fan of Empire, but it's just cool to hear the music, see the actors, see all the camera works, the lights. It's so just real. Yes, it's so real. Like like, oh, there's something staring up beside me while I'm right here on the set. Like,
Yes,
wow.
definitely.
I mean, I was just an extra, but it was still so amazing, you know? It just so much.
What scene was it?
Oh, dang, that was a year ago. You think I remember that? It was, man, it was just a lot of people. It was just a lot of people. I can't really get into the specifics of what scene it was, but it was still, you think I will remember that?
Yeah, because I remember I was actually an extra for the concert scene with Hakeem and Tiana. And I mean, although it, like you said, it is amazing to hear the music and see the actual actors there in front of your face. Like, it's amazing. I hope to be in that position one day.
Get your fangirl, fanboy.
Definitely, most definitely. Hakeem, yes. But I mean, I liked my experience overall. I would just say that it was really long. We were there for like over 13 hours. And it was
amazing.
It was a long day, very long day. Yes, it was. And then I had school the next morning, so that was another story. Yes, most definitely. And he also said you go to Columbia.
Yes, I'm currently attending Columbia.
That is cool. Where are you studying?
I was just
well, great minds think alike. But I'm studying theater acting. It's a fun field. It's a lot of work, a lot of writing. Because in my first semester, I had a foundations class where I had to write a little mini script, just for a grade. And I gotta say, it was one of the first scripts I ever wrote, and it was pretty good. So yeah, I astounded myself with that.
Yeah, I was thinking about going over to Columbia. I'm an early graduate. I graduated high school in January. And so now I'm taking, community classes or whatever, but I was thinking of transferring over to Columbia in the fall. So that's cool that you say that. Do you enjoy the classes? Is it a lot of workload? That's the biggest thing.
Man, where do I begin with that? Okay. Let's see. Well, yeah, it is a lot of work, but the biggest majority of it, you will enjoy it. I guarantee that.
Okay.
Like, it depends on what major you want to do. Like, for me, like I said, theater, it's so much fun. You act like a fool, just moving around, saying weird things, making weird noises with weird
theater.
people. And it's just so amazing, except when you get to the must-take classes, like math.
Oh, yeah.
History, science, English. The teachers try to make it fun, so I give them A for effort, but it's just, it's a headache. It's just a headache.
I know. I feel you. We're in that position now. All right, now let's get into the actual character of She Means War. So, who's the character that you play?
My character is Robert DiBiase. It took a while to get the last name down, so I'm glad I got it down now. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
And how has your experience been with the play?
It's been a one in a million. I mean, it's you get there, you think, okay, I'm in a play with some professional actors, and want to try not to say nothing weird, but me, I am weird, so so part of me cares, and the biggest part of me really doesn't care.
Right.
And after the first day, with Maurice, he's a really good director and stuff, and it's just awesome working with him. And then getting to meet the cast, going around saying their names, all that. It's cool meeting them, because you think that, I don't know how I'm gonna be with these people, how they gonna think of me.
Most definitely.
And I didn't think that. I was just like, I think we're gonna be good friends. Like, first time I see them, and we are. I like every last one of my cast members. No complaints whatsoever.
That's always good to have your cast and actually, get along, because sometimes I feel like what I was worried about when I went in, because this is my first time actually working with Maurice, and so I was kind of nervous. Like, I don't know what they're gonna think of me. I don't know if they're gonna judge me. Like, I don't know if I'm the youngest one there or one of the youngest one there. So I was kind of nervous and on edge. But like you said, everyone is super nice and super supportive.
I'm the oldest there.
Really?
I don't really know how old they are.
Oh no, you are not the oldest.
Thank God.
You are not. No. What's really quick? No, just to touch on that really quick. What was important to me though was making sure that that the chemistry was going to be right, you know, with both sets of the cast. For people who are watching and listening right now, She Means War cast and the Black Girl Magic cast are completely separate, different casts, but they're all going to be in the exact same show, though. So that's what we're talking about when it comes to, you know, certain casts and everything. But that was one thing that really was very important, is making sure the chemistry with both sets of the cast was in fact intact with you all. I wanted to go for the more younger element with Black Girl Magic, and that's why Black Girl Magic has more younger people in the show. And I knew that you all will be able to interact and get along really well, which you all do every Thursday night when we have rehearsal. Yeah. Whereas She Means Warcast, I want to be more of an older element, and a good mix of first timers with the veteran actors, and just like how they show with Black Girl Magic, the She Means Warcast gets along really well as well too. So I think the youngest that we have in the cast is 11. And the oldest that we have in the cast goes to around in the 60s. Wow. So it's an incredible range of diverse ages, and just diversity in general. We have Black, Latino, Asian that are on the cast. So I mean, it really is a phenomenal mix.
It's amazing.
Most definitely.
See it all come together, like, wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for. Real quick, let people know where they can contact you at if they wanted you in any of their productions.
Okay, well, you could, find me on social media. I don't really be on Facebook that much, trying to stay off it. It's a struggle, hopefully going a few weeks strong. But you can find me on Instagram, Rising Entertainer. That's my Instagram name. And you could also email me at DangeloJ.Smith02@gmail.com. Actually, it's DangeloJ.Smith02@gmail.com.
All right, and there you have it. You are watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. When we get back, we'll have more cast members. We're back with Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio, and we have with us now two more of the cast members from Black Girl Magic. So if you want to introduce yourself.
I am Jilla Dion Crawford.
I'm Dayon Crawford, and I play a classmate called Dion with the 4 girls.
And your character?
My character is, that's a good question. My character is, who was it again?
It's Robert.
It's Rob.
No, it's James.
James. James is a lawyer, and he is in that first scene at his daughter Diamond's party.
Okay. And then could you give us a little quick summary of your character?
My character, he's just a football player that happens to interact in and out with the girls throughout the classroom scene, and he's a bit of a jokester, and he provides some relief throughout some of the serious topics that are at the beginning of the play, but overall he's a good character.
Nice. Now, how has your experience been with Black Girl Magic?
It's been pretty fun since we have a pretty funny cast. We always make jokes, it's never really serious, and we always we're really lighthearted about things, and that makes it completely fun.
Nice. And your experience with the cast, or just in general?
Overall, it's been great. It was a new experience for me doing this with my whole family. As he was saying, that we're all doing it. So before this, nobody in my family knew that I had been in the play before.
Oh,
that was
wow.
top secret. So now it's all out, and they just got a bunch of questions. So
wow.
It's cool.
What do you guys learn from each other? Since you're with each other more often, what do you do? You guys reflect on each other and kind of just open up to each other more?
As a cast or as a family?
Both, actually.
I think as a family, it's more bonding time, and as a cast, it brings you closer together, just the same as it does as a family. So I think it's almost the same. I
think I learned that we spend time apart. We should spend more time apart. Sure.
Oh, wow.
That's all.
Okay, now have you had any other acting experience before this, or was this your first?
This was my first.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. How have you liked it so far? Do you plan on continuing acting as a career, or was this just something for you to do for your first time?
I don't know if I want to do it as a career, but I'm definitely looking forward to working more with Maurice.
Okay. And for you, was this your first acting experience?
This is play number 12.
Play number 12. Wow.
Yeah, I've actually written and produced some myself. I was telling Maurice a minute ago that I do have a degree in communication, media arts, and theater. So any role in the play that you can have, I've had it. So I was the guy in the rafters with the lights. I was the grifter in the back, taping down wires, moving pieces of furniture on stage. I ran the camera, audio equipment, anything you can do in the play, I've done it so far.
Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about the play that you wrote?
The play that I wrote, it was a summer series, and we addressed bullying. So it was a lot of young people who came out to see it. So it was for the Park District. We did 5 shows a week for 2.5 months. So it was serious. But the kids were so small, and in that one, I had a big role as well, though we did write it. I had a big role, and when my character, who was a bully, the fallback was when kids started to get nervous from your character, spin around and fall down and make them laugh, and everything would be okay. So I was really dizzy for the whole summer.
Oh, wow. That's always, yeah, definitely. That's always an interesting topic. That's actually kind of what my book is about a little bit, because I was, I guess you could say, quote unquote, bullied because of the way that I talk. A lot of people thought that I was basically trying to be an outcast, or I was trying to be someone that I wasn't, because I always spoke proper, and I guess they just didn't like that. And so they made fun of me about that for a while. And I think it's always good when you can shed light on something like bullying. So yeah, that's really good.
It's just most people want you to fall into the box of what we're expected to do. So as African Americans, if you speak proper English or if you study real hard, get good grades, they look at it as you trying to be somebody else. Definitely. But why aren't we supposed to do that?
That's what I say all the time. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to change the way that I speak. I'm not going to change anything that I do because other people don't like it, or other people feel like I'm trying to be an outcast or whatever they think. I mean,
lead by example.
Exactly.
Right. Tell them to grow up.
Yeah. All right. And how can people contact you via social media, if you have it?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
So he's in that unique situation where Dad won't allow him to do much social media.
Okay.
And my daughter either. But you can always contact them through me.
Okay, that works.
I'm all over social media, just per se. My name is on there. I don't do it a lot, but I'm on Facebook. And most of the people on my Facebook don't believe I'm in the play because it was always top secret. We still discussing that. But The Real Gilla, and it's Gilla, not J. So it's Gilla. And then also on Twitter, Instagram, and what's the new thing y'all do? Snapchat. Yeah. So Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I know that's kind of old school, dating myself because y'all don't do that no more. But it's Gilla D Great. So GILLADE Great. And so you can find me on any of those.
All right. And lastly, I just wanted to know really quick, because you said you have acted before. What advice would you give to inspiring actors?
My advice is to be like Nike and just do it. Don't get wrapped up in, oh, I haven't done it before, or what people would think about me, or any of the other stuff. Try it first and then see if you like it. And if it is for you, then continue. Because initially I was like, I don't want to be in no play. That's corny. It's like, but I mean, being from Inglewood, I didn't have those experiences. And so I was just like, that is so corny. But then I thought about it, like, I've been playing the fool this whole time. I may as well go and get some recognition for being a fool on stage. So it was one of those things. It's real awesome. Try new things always, whether it's a play, skydiving, whatever. Get outside your box, because you never know what you like. And it's great to be a well-rounded individual.
Yeah.
That's really good advice, actually. So get out there and just do it. You're watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. We'll be back with more CAPS members. On Intellectual Radio, and now we have 3 other class members from Black Girl Magic. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Shalonda Crawford, and I play Mrs. Walker in the classroom.
Hi, I'm Amira Crawford, and I play Danielle, a classmate in the classroom.
Hi, my name is Jayana Wilson, and I play Sandra, and I'm in the party scene.
All right, and could you tell us your experience with Black Girl Magic?
It's my first time working with Maurice. We actually went to junior high and high school together. So we kind of go way back, and I had kind of, through his social media, saw that he had been writing for a while and just decided to come out and audition and try out.
So you got it.
This is also my first time doing like a play in general, and my experience so far was really fun.
This is my first play, and so far it has been an awesome experience with him.
That's great. That's great. Have you done any acting before, any of you?
The only acting I've done before was high school. I did The King and I, but it was a small role. If you've ever seen the play or the film, he has a lot of wives, so I was one of the wives in the show.
Yeah, this is my first play or acting, and I kind of like it. I'm still like getting into it, so yeah.
Would you do another play in the future?
Yes, I would.
That's good.
I have been doing acting for a while, and I love it a lot so far. And I would love to do a play with him again.
What's the most like hardest part about it? About doing a play, especially like for the first time?
I think just getting past the nerves, past what other people are going to think. Kind of like Shantiera touched on, like wondering if people are going to judge and understand that people are coming in with different skill sets. So just believing in yourself enough to just go out and do it and push yourself to do the best. And taking direction from him is real easy, so it makes for a fun experience.
Well, yeah, because we joke around on the when we're practicing a lot, so it's not really like a hard thing to do. And so my experience has been fun, and I was scared at first, but now I'm not anymore.
You're used to it now?
Yeah.
I think being able to put all the lines together.
Memorization?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is tricky, and especially when you're in a play, I feel like you're kind of going off of other people. They say their line, you say your line, and it goes back and forth like that. And sometimes if you forget a line or you get too nervous, and then you can mess up the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
And so which isn't good. And so yeah, I definitely agree. Like memorizing the lines and remembering your plays, it's really hard. But one thing that I do, I guess sometimes I work with other people, and I also record myself. I've tried that sometimes. When I was on speech team, I did a play on the Holocaust, and it actually helped me to record my lines and then listen to it every single day. So that was something that might help you out too. And basically, what advice would you give to aspiring actors?
The advice that I would give is just get linked up with someone that I think that you can trust. I think knowing someone in the industry and knowing those connections, networking, that puts you at ease a bit more, at least for your first time.
The advice I would give to is like be yourself, because you shouldn't be worrying about what other people think about you, because once you get past like you said, memorizing your lines and stuff like that, it's easy.
It's great advice.
I think you should only focus on acting if you want to be an actor, and try not to get involved with other like sports and stuff.
I mean, that makes sense. If you want to do it, give your time to it, most definitely. And how can people contact you?
I'm on social media. On Facebook, I'm Shalonda Jones Crawford. On Twitter, I think I'm His Warrior Chick. I'm not on there as much. His Warrior Chick being Jill that was on earlier. And that's about it. I don't do the Snapchat or the Instagram.
Okay.
Well, I don't have Snapchat or social media, so just contact me through my mom.
My Facebook is Gianna Wilson, and my Instagram is jbay247.
All right, there you have it. You are watching Teens with Voices on Intellectual Radio. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.